Don't mind my pimple. Go away. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So I'm really excited to film today. I have some new goodies from Moira Cosmetics to try out. I've tried quite a few products from Moira. I have their Garden of My Mind palette, which is like a super fun, bright neon palette. I have several of their ombre blushes that are just really beautiful powder blushes, very, very pigmented. And I've also tried out their beauty sponges, which are fantastic. So I'm really excited today to try out some of their new products. So the first thing I have is one of their new palettes. This is from the Getaway series, and this is Let's Get Carried Away. So it's really fun, really summery to me. Those are the vibes that I get. A lot of really beautiful warm tones, plus a lot of blues. I feel like this is like a more updated take of the neutral with a pop of blue, but just much more variety than kind of that genre of palette. I did swatch the shimmers the other day. You can check out my Instagram stories for those, but they look really beautiful. The other new things that I have are some of their new blushes. So these are the Loveheat cream blushes, and I have 3 to try out. So this is shade 1, I Respect You, which is a very neutral blush. I have shade 3, I Want You, which is a more orangey tone blush. And then a really pretty pinky coral. This is shade 4, I Adore You. I don't do a lot with cream blushes, so I'm excited to try these out and maybe they give, you know, a nice fresh face kind of look. In terms of an eye look today, I feel like I've been doing a lot of bluish green looks lately, so I'm thinking maybe I'll stick more kind of neutral warm today. Maybe a little yellow and gold. I'm gonna go off camera and just prime my eyes and I'll be right back. All right, eyes are primed and I'm back. It's also like almost 40 degrees today in Minnesota, which means it's an iced coffee kind of day. All right, so just kind of a breakdown of these products. So Moira is a very affordable indie brand. The blushes retail for $8.50 a piece. Looks like you get a decent amount of product in here. And this series of palettes, they retail for $19.50 a piece. So really not bad for the amount of shades that you're getting. So I think I'm gonna start by dipping into the yellow. That's the shade Escape, and I'm just gonna start to build that up. I'm not sure how well this shade will show up on camera, but in person, you know, I see quite a bit of the yellow. All right, that was really quick and easy. There's a pretty good size mirror in this palette as well, so if you're someone that likes to use the mirrors with your palettes, I think that's nice. Let's go, I'm gonna go into the coral shade Relax, which is also in that little middle area. I don't do a lot of yellow and I don't do a lot of pinky coral, so I'm trying something a little different today. All right, these pick up really easily. There's a little bit of fallout, but I just tap the brush off and it's just fine. I'm just gonna kind of drag that out here. Blend it into that yellow a little bit. I guess it is more orangey coral. My lighting's not the best in here. I feel like the blues are definitely what catches the eye when I look at this palette, but I've just done so much blue lately that taking a break from it. I'm sure I'll do some blue looks and post them. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there with that orangey shade. Not quite sure how this is looking so far, very bright. I'm gonna deepen up that outer part with the shade Here I Come, which is this deep brown up here. Is it brown or is it kind of plummy? Might be kind of a plummy brown. It is like a purpley brown maybe. I guess it's more plum. I'm just gonna focus that out here. I know it looks really messy and crazy right now, but I'm sure it'll come together. Does it look really crazy right now? I feel like to me it looks a little crazy. I just really want to be able to see like the yellow and the coral and I guess this purpley shade. So I feel like I'm getting that effect. It feels very summery though. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a cut crease to define this a little better. So I'm gonna go off camera, cut the crease, and I'll be back. All right, I ended up doing like a half cut crease, so I don't know how well that shows up. So let's see. For shimmers, there is this Away From Here shade, this one right here, that's really pretty and shiny. So there's that one. I don't really love the marble shade. It doesn't really give off the level of shimmer that I want. The silver is really fun. The orange is really fun. I think I'm gonna do a combination of So Ready, which is this orange shade, and Away From Here, which is the more kind of gold copper shade. All right, so I think I'm gonna put the orange in the front and blend it into the copper. So I'm gonna start with the orange, and I'm just gonna pick it up on a finger and start to tap it in the front here. These are really sparkly and fun. So I'm taking that most of the way through the cut crease and then picking up the next shade and blending it into it. All right, this is not a typical look for me. I usually go pretty monochromatic with my looks. It's fun to try new things, and I don't use orange like ever. That is the thing with a lot of the Moira eyeshadows that I've tried. It has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. All right, so that's what we got so far. I really like the orange. It's really bright and fun. I'm gonna dip back into that dark shade and just kind of blend everything together a little better. All right, I think I'm gonna go off camera and do all of my skincare and foundation. I'll stop before I do blush, and we'll pick one of these blushes to use, and I'll be back. I did my skincare, foundation, concealer. I have not done blush yet, so now we need to choose between the three. So I'm gonna just swatch them, I think like maybe on the back of my hand. So the first shade, again, this one is really neutral. This one is called I Respect You. So I'm just gonna do like a finger swatch. So it's a very neutral shade of blush. The next shade I have is shade 3, which is I Want You. So again, just a finger swatch. That one's a little more orangey looking. That's the second one down. And then the last one that I have is shade 4, which is I Adore You, which to me looks very coral. So I'll put that right here. So I'm thinking for this look, I would either go neutral or more orangey. Let's go ahead with the orange one. I don't do a lot of orange blush, so I think, I don't know what I want to do. If I want to put it on like with a beauty sponge, I think I'm just going to start with my fingers. And I'm going to go in really light because I don't want to like overdo it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit, it's pretty pigmented, and just kind of start to blend it out with the fingers, tap it. It's really pigmented. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but it doesn't look like it's disturbing the product underneath. So I'm putting it on with one and then tapping it out with 2. And I have really fair skin, like I'm really pale, so I don't need a lot, but these feel like they could really be built up for a deeper skin tone as well. Very like fresh skin look. So I think these would be great like in the summer if you don't want a lot of makeup on and you just want a little bit of blush. Tap it over bare skin even. So that's pretty. I don't know how well that's gonna show on camera or if it's gonna look bolder on camera or not, but it is like a really pretty kind of soft orange shade, which goes with the look today. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit of setting powder. I'm using the Kosas. This is my replacement for my Hourglass. I'm just putting it on the side of the nose. And a little bit of, and that's it. I wish I could see in the camera like what the blush looks like because my lighting isn't the best, so I can only see obviously in the mirror, but I feel like it's enough. All right, I'm gonna hop back into eyeshadow and focus on the under eye. I'm gonna grab a pretty flat brush and go in with that deepest shade again, shade Here I Come. And I'm just gonna start to build that underneath. And I think I'm gonna buff it out with that, actually with the shade So Tropical, which is this really soft coral pink, maybe more of a salmon pink. And I'm just gonna buff out the edges, just soften it up a little bit. that's what we have for the eyeshadow. All right, I think I'm gonna go off camera, do my eyeliner, mascara, and then I'll come back to find a lip and give my final thoughts. All right, I'm back. I did some eyeliner and some mascara. No lashes today, feeling lazy. For the lip, I could go like really bright, but I think I'm gonna just go neutral, kind of tone down the look. So I'm gonna grab the shade Beeper from ColourPop as a liner. I think I'll grab, this is from Juvia's Place, it's one of their matte lipsticks. This is the shade Lady. Like a really soft, almost cool toned brown. So there's the final look for today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Definitely not a typical look for me. I don't do a lot of orange or really warm tones in general. I definitely will be dipping into some of these blues, maybe try a full neutral look as well. This palette has a lot of variety. I mean, you can go so many different directions, but for me, the star for Moira is their colorful mattes, and that was the same case with the Garden of My Mind palette, just all of these beautiful, bright neon mattes. Like, I don't know how well you can see the blend, but like that coral and that kind of rich purpley brown, they just blended together really easily, really beautifully. So I'm excited to dip into this a little more and see what kind of looks I can create. For the blushes, I mean, super affordable. I don't do a lot of cream blushes, but I was really excited to get to try these. Again, I use shade 3, I Want You, which is more of like a little bit of an orangey blush. So maybe I'll do like a blue eye look with the neutral blush and, you know, just see how I like these. But so far, I'm a fan. But I will likely be posting more looks with this palette on my Instagram, so please check that out. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon.